sometimes when you open a foreign body, parasolid, in this case STL file, you'll see that it's not positioned over the coordinate system, and this can prove a little bit difficult because when you try and rotate, it's sort of rotating. So when you zoom in, it's rotating about the coordinate system. So you then got to sort of make sure you pick on a key point on the object to get a nice rotation. Most other solid bodies are easy enough because you can just fence select it and you've got key points where you can position the steering wheel. In this case, we don't have that. So the option that I'm going to use here is something called an align tool. So we pick up on the geometry that we're interested in, right mouse click to accept it. You can specify different things, so best bounding fit. I'm going to stick with the principal axes and accept that. And then the last step is to pick the coordinate system that you want to match it to. And that then drops it in nicely for our positioning. So you can sort of see it's quite nicely aligned that way round, sort of a little bit off this way round, so it's not central. So maybe what we want to do is just bring this in. So some of the tools that you can use with reverse engineering is you can do a manual paint. Let's just square this away a little bit. So you can sort of use the paintbrush and sort of define an area. It doesn't have to be fully painted in. So you're just looking at getting a similar sort of outside edge because it does a fit to that. So you accept that. You can go around and do sort of multiple faces. So you can select the sides here, do a bit around here because you can do create cylinders, but you want to try and avoid too much contouring because your surfaces may not be too accurate for what you want to do. So once we've got that, we can go to the fit command. I want a plane, so I pick up on that painted area, and that creates this surface sits on the top here. So as I say, it does a best fit over the area. You can see there's some areas here that are sitting proud, and the rest sort of is sitting underneath, but it does give you something to work to. So now if we want to sort of move that out, what I can do is I can escape out of here. I'm just going to hide the base reference plane for the moment. I can then do a fence select, and then I'll turn that back on again. So ideally I want to position the steering wheel sort of square to the rest of it. So if I pick up on the edge of that surface, that sort of then gives me the ability to use the steering wheel, and I can just drag this back to the key point here, making sure I get the actually what I might do is just pull it out completely, and then as I drag it back, I shouldn't really get so many points off of that cloud. So now you can see that it's still a little bit off, but we can adjust it so that we get that fitting in into position. So another thing that you might want to do is to basically recognize the profiles of the model here. So if we go to our surfacing tab, we've got the live section tool. So I can pick up on a plane here, and that creates a section through the mesh model at that point, and we can then go and create another one based on this plane here. So ideally I want to pick something that's going to be meaningful, so I can go and click on the steering wheel and just move it over so that we're getting sort of multiple areas there to define that. If we want to, we could then sort of create some more. We could create another one and move that out this way this time, and sort of pick up somewhere midway through that end section. And then if you sort of turn off the surface mesh body, you can see the sort of profiles that we've been generating using that. So we can use a combination of any surfaces that you create and sort of position it through the geometry here as well.